The bandwagon effect is a psychological phenomenon where individuals adopt certain behaviors, styles, or beliefs simply because a large number of other people are doing the same. Essentially, it's the tendency to follow the crowd, often without independently evaluating whether the behavior or belief is actually beneficial or accurate. This phenomenon is deeply rooted in human psychology. Humans are social creatures, and from an evolutionary standpoint, being part of a group often meant increased safety, survival, and social cohesion. Thus, people are often motivated to conform to what others are doing, not only to fit in, but also to avoid the discomfort or risk of standing out. The more people who adopt a certain behavior, belief, or trend, the more likely others are to jump on the bandwagon. The bandwagon effect is particularly powerful in areas like politics, fashion, consumer behavior, and social media, where the visibility of what others are doing can strongly influence an individual's choices. Whether it's voting for a popular candidate, buying the latest gadget, or subscribing to a viral trend, the bandwagon effect can have both positive and negative consequences. It can spread popular ideas and products quickly, but it can also lead to poor decision-making when people follow trends without critically assessing them. In this script, we'll dive into the psychology behind the bandwagon effect, how it manifests in various aspects of society, and how to recognize and resist its influence when necessary.
The bandwagon effect is primarily driven by psychological and social factors that influence human behavior. Understanding these underlying mechanisms can help us see why we are often drawn to follow the crowd, even when it may not be in our best interest.
Social proof. One of the key concepts behind the bandwagon effect is social proof, a psychological principle where people look to the actions and behaviors of others to determine what is correct or desirable in a given situation. When we see a large number of people doing something, we are more likely to assume that it must be the right or best thing to do, especially in situations where we are unsure of what decision to make. For example, if we're deciding which restaurant to dine at in a new city, we might choose the one with the longest line, assuming that it must be the best option since so many people are waiting to eat there. This is an example of social proof influencing our behavior, where the popularity of a choice is used as evidence of its quality. Conformity. Another important factor driving the bandwagon effect is conformity. Humans have a deep-rooted need to belong to a group, and conformity helps facilitate this. By adopting the behaviors, beliefs, or preferences of the majority, we signal that we are part of the group, which can bring social acceptance and reduce the risk of social isolation. Conformity can be particularly strong in social settings where standing out may lead to judgment or exclusion. For example, in a work environment, if everyone is endorsing a particular opinion or idea, individuals may feel pressured to agree with the group even if they have personal reservations or disagree with the prevailing opinion. This desire to go along to get along is a powerful driver of the bandwagon effect. Fear of missing out, or FOMO, plays a significant role in the bandwagon effect. People often fear being left behind or excluded from trends, popular movements, or activities that others are engaging in. The idea that others are benefiting or having experiences that we are not can create a sense of urgency to jump on the bandwagon to avoid being left out. In modern society, where social media provides constant updates on what others are doing, FOMO has become an even stronger motivator for behavior. When we see friends, influencers, or celebrities participating in a viral trend or buying the latest product, we may feel compelled to join in, even if it doesn't align with our true preferences. The bandwagon effect is also reinforced by cognitive bias, particularly the herd mentality. Cognitive biases are mental shortcuts that help our brains make decisions more quickly, but they often lead to irrational or suboptimal outcomes. In the case of the bandwagon effect, the herd mentality bias leads people to follow the crowd because they assume that the larger group must have made the right choice. The thinking goes, if everyone else is doing it, it must be the best option. This bias can cause people to overlook important details or ignore better alternatives simply because they see the crowd going in one direction.
Chapter 2. How the bandwagon effect influences politics. The bandwagon effect is highly influential in politics, where public opinion and the popularity of candidates can shift dramatically based on the perception of what the majority of people believe or support. Politicians and political strategists often use the bandwagon effect to their advantage, framing their candidates as frontrunners or emphasizing the growing support for a particular policy to sway undecided voters.
The role of polls in shaping voter behaviour. Public opinion polls are a significant driver of the bandwagon effect in elections. When a candidate is leading in the polls, undecided voters may choose to support that candidate simply because they appear to be the most popular. Voters may feel that their vote will have more impact if they support the likely winner, or may believe that there must be something inherently better about the candidate if so many others are backing them. This creates a self-reinforcing cycle where the perception of popularity generates more actual support, further boosting the candidate's chances of winning. Conversely, candidates who are polling poorly may lose support as people assume they are not viable contenders, even if their platform aligns more closely with their values. Voting for the winning side. In addition to polls, people are often influenced by a desire to be associated with the winning side. The bandwagon effect can make voters more likely to support a candidate or party that appears to be gaining momentum, simply because they want to feel like they are part of a successful movement. This desire for affiliation with success can overshadow careful consideration of policy positions or qualifications. Media influence on political bandwagons. The media plays a crucial role in amplifying the bandwagon effect in politics. News outlets, commentators and social media can create narratives around a candidate's momentum or a party's growing support, further encouraging individuals to align themselves with the perceived majority. Media coverage that focuses on a candidate's rising popularity or large rally attendance can give the impression that everyone is supporting that candidate, prompting others to follow suit.
Chapter 3. The bandwagon effect in consumer behavior. The bandwagon effect is perhaps most visible in the world of consumer behavior, where individuals often make purchasing decisions based on the popularity of a product or brand. Companies and marketers actively leverage this psychological tendency to boost sales and create demand for their products.
Social proof in advertising. Advertisers use social proof as a key strategy to drive consumer behavior. Whether it's showing products as bestsellers, highlighting customer testimonials, or emphasizing that millions of people use their product, companies know that consumers are more likely to buy something if they believe others are doing the same. For example, the phrase "everyone is talking about it" is often used in marketing campaigns to trigger the bandwagon effect. The idea is that if a product is popular and widely used, it must be good, and consumers will feel more comfortable making a purchase knowing they are part of the majority. Influencers and the bandwagon effect. In the age of social media, influencers play a major role in perpetuating the bandwagon effect. When a well-known influencer promotes a product or trend, their followers are more likely to adopt it, not only because they trust the influencer, but also because they see others doing the same. For example, when influencers post about a new skincare product, fashion trend, or tech gadget, it can lead to a viral craze where everyone seems to be jumping on board. Followers, seeing the widespread popularity of the product, may be influenced to purchase it themselves, even if they haven't thoroughly researched its benefits or quality. The power of FOMO in consumer decisions. The fear of missing out, or FOMO, is another powerful driver of the bandwagon effect in consumer behavior. Marketers often use scarcity tactics such as limited time offers or while supplies last to create urgency and make consumers feel that they need to act quickly to avoid missing out on a popular product. This taps into the bandwagon effect by creating a sense of competition where consumers feel that if they don't buy now, they will be left out of something that others are enjoying. The success of flash sales, limited edition products and exclusive pre-orders is largely driven by this psychological phenomenon.
Chapter 4. The bandwagon effect in media and entertainment. The bandwagon effect is also prevalent in media and entertainment, where popular trends, movies, TV shows, and music often gain momentum as more people engage with them. The perception that a particular piece of content is popular can create a snowball effect, where even more people tune in, creating a cycle of increasing popularity.
Viral trends and popular culture. Viral trends in media and entertainment often emerge because of the bandwagon effect. Whether it's a viral dance challenge, a meme, or a social media trend, once a critical mass of people starts participating, it becomes increasingly likely that others will join in. For example, consider a new TV show that starts gaining traction online. As more people talk about the show on social media and share their excitement, others who haven't watched it may feel compelled to start watching so that they can participate in the conversation. The bandwagon effect leads people to adopt the trend, not necessarily because they're interested in the content, but because they don't want to miss out on what everyone else is talking about. Streaming services like Netflix, Hulu, and Spotify further fuel the bandwagon effect by showcasing metrics like top 10 in the US or most streamed songs. When users see that a movie, show, or song is popular, they may be more likely to check it out, even if they hadn't originally planned to. These platforms understand that social proof is a powerful motivator, and by highlighting popular content, they can drive even more engagement. People may feel that if millions of others are watching a particular show or listening to a trending artist, they should be part of it too.
The bandwagon effect can also play a significant role in social movements and activism, where people are more likely to join a cause or participate in protests when they see large numbers of others doing the same.
When a social movement gains widespread visibility, people who may not have been initially interested or aware of the cause can feel compelled to join. The bandwagon effect creates a sense of momentum where individuals want to be part of a larger collective effort. The more people who join, the more attractive the movement becomes to others. For example, in large-scale protests or rallies, the visible presence of thousands of people can draw even more participants. Individuals may feel that the cause is important or valid simply because so many others are showing their support. Online activism and viral campaigns. Social media has amplified the bandwagon effect in activism. Hashtags, viral videos, and online campaigns can quickly gain traction as more people share and engage with the content. Once a social issue becomes a trending topic, people may feel social pressure to participate, whether by sharing a post, donating to a cause, or attending a protest. This can lead to positive outcomes, such as raising awareness for important issues. However, it can also result in superficial engagement where individuals participate in a movement because of its popularity rather than a genuine commitment to the cause. Chapter 6. The dangers of the bandwagon effect. While the bandwagon effect can help spread trends, ideas, and movements quickly, it also has its dangers. Following the crowd without critical thinking can lead to poor decision-making, reinforce harmful behaviors, and contribute to the spread of misinformation. Groupthink. One of the most dangerous consequences of the bandwagon effect is groupthink. where the desire for consensus and conformity overrides the ability to think critically. When everyone in a group is following the same trend or belief, it can be difficult for individuals to voice dissenting opinions, even if they see flaws in the group's direction. This can lead to bad decision-making, as alternative viewpoints are ignored or dismissed. In extreme cases, groupthink can contribute to the spread of harmful ideologies or dangerous behaviors, as people are more likely to go along with the majority without questioning the consequences. Reinforcing biases. The bandwagon effect can also reinforce cognitive biases, particularly the confirmation bias. People may be more likely to join trends, beliefs, or movements that align with their pre-existing views, further entrenching their perspectives and avoiding alternative viewpoints. For example, in political or social movements, the bandwagon effect can create echo chambers where individuals only interact with others who share the same beliefs. This can make it more difficult to engage in productive dialogue or consider opposing viewpoints. Superficial engagement. Another danger of the bandwagon effect is superficial engagement, where people participate in trends or movements without fully understanding or committing to the cause. This is especially common in social media activism, where individuals may share a post or use a hashtag without taking meaningful action. While raising awareness is important, superficial engagement can dilute the impact of a movement and make it harder to achieve lasting change. Conclusion. Recognizing and resisting the bandwagon effect. The bandwagon effect is a powerful psychological phenomenon that influences our behavior in many aspects of life, from politics and consumerism to media and activism. While it can help spread ideas and trends quickly, it's important to recognize when we're being influenced by the crowd and to critically evaluate whether following the majority is the best decision. By becoming aware of the bandwagon effect, we can make more thoughtful, independent choices and resist the pressure to conform for the sake of fitting in. Whether it's making a purchase, supporting a political candidate, or participating in a social movement, we should always ask ourselves if we're acting based on our own values and understanding, rather than just following the crowd. In a world where trends and movements can go viral in an instant, practicing critical thinking is more important than ever. By resisting the bandwagon effect and making decisions based on careful consideration, we can ensure that we're making choices that are right for us, not just what's popular.
Remember to like and subscribe for more video content. Sapiens quae vigilat.